It's definitely for the love first and foremost. Creating what I want to see first and foremost, and cultivating what's in my brain first and foremost to the canvas, and then just forcing people to appreciate it is what my angle was. It had to be good enough for people to respect it on a elite fine art quality level. I wasn't gonna stop chipping away at it and touching it up until it was just as appealing as anything contemporary that was out there. And the focal point was definitely Screw the whole time. Well, I just noticed that there wasn't any representation of screwed up click, slow down slab serve drinking, starch and iron blunts, slab riding or anything like that in the painting realm. And I just knew that was my niche and where I needed to fill the void, of what's not being seen in the art world. Well, I first saw the culture about 92, 93 when street military hit the scene. I was about in late 7th grade, spring 7th grade, early 8th grade, and I start seeing them tight white hats and tight white tees, jabot shorts, cross-color shorts, and people start starching them things, and they was kind of going off that South Park, Mo City, street military vibe. That's when I start seeing some signature identity in the culture. That it would cross over into Astroworld, it would cross over into Stadium Bowl, drumsticks, those teen clubs that we could go, be babysit at. And that's kind of when I first start seeing, some ball fades and signature identity with our culture. Nothing but divine, godly timing on how I happened to cross paths with the origin of the culture, the origin of the music industry influence of the culture. I mean, I just happened to be at the right place at the right time in high school, middle school, rubbing elbows with Big Mo, little brother Carrick, in middle school, to learning that he, before he even got on with Screwed Up Click, he was singing in the background when I'd be talking to Carrick on the phone, just playing around, singing R&B songs. I'm hearing Big Mo in the background. The same way I'm like on the Southwest side, and my close friends dating Beyonce or being around them for shows and stuff like that, around the first video shoot with Can't Stop, Won't Stop with Lil O and stuff like that. I mean, like I'm the predecessor to all of that, man. I'm like right there in the mix, and it's definitely godly timing. A matter of representing like what your influence was at the time. I mean, like you were either going to roll with the mainstream stuff that was going on, or you was going to roll with what everybody in town was under the hypnosis of, like this slow down, slow throat, screwed way of life, like either you riding dirty, getting high, in slab, or just in the cleanest thing you got possible, or you like on some you know, East Coast Wu-Tang, you know, bad boy type of stuff going on, which wasn't really introduced to us until we delve into Screw. Like, we didn't really care about what was going on in these other regions until we start using Screw as a radio station. You know, our first time hearing these songs was on Screw tapes. I mean, the radio wasn't really playing East Coast rap or West Coast rap the way Screw was. I mean, they couldn't even be allowed to because of the parental discretion advisory. You know, they couldn't play that stuff on the radio like that. So other than Pac, but you know, we was first hearing Pac on Screw, like point blank period. Like, we wouldn't, I mean, there was a few dudes that like would be buying the Pac All Eyes on Me or Me Against the World at the release at midnight. They used to have these midnight releases and sound waves and stuff like that. But for the most part, we can get the whole damn album if you buy enough Screw tapes. You get every song you want just the way you want it, slowed and throwed.
Like that?
Yeah,
like that.
You can really understand it in the way Screw was presented, and he gonna drag the hell out of the instrumental where you really feel the beat. Yeah, it's divine timing, man. Yeah. Godly timing. I mean, my main focal point was just doing any visuals that wasn't present in the fine art realm or the collegiate art realm or you know, the nonprofit art realm, which is where I really got my base from. You know, I've never really been a gallery artist, so to speak, but I did always have opportunity from the beginning from collectors or either nonprofit organizations, being that like my history with Diverse Works here in downtown Houston, volunteering and internshipping for like over 2.5 years, you know, just doing free work just to learn the game of the art world and like how shows were put on and exhibitions were, you know, the most important part of an artist's career. Right, you had to be in there. If not, you getting a dub at the most. And then dudes was stingy about letting you dub their tapes at the end of the day. Like you had to really be in good graces with somebody for them to let you borrow a tape or dub the tape. So me, I had like dubs from everybody I could possibly get I mean, that was my focus. Just like somebody collecting Hot Wheels or something, I was trying to collect like 94 through 96 until I was able to learn where Screw actually lived. I was trying to obtain dubs from anybody who trusted me enough to, or had respect for me enough to make me a dub, you know, or to let me borrow a dub so I could dub it and bring it back to them the next day. But yeah, it wasn't easy. It was like just as hard to obtain as what people go through to collect shoes these days. Like, I mean, collect sneakers, you know. It wasn't, obtaining a Screw tape or a dub was not an easy thing unless you was connected. And I found I did everything in my power to be connected with people that was close to Screw, like point blank period, like still to this day. We could not be relaxing and living player like we do in Houston if it wasn't for people like my uncle and my dad, like point blank period. They made it a really comfortable player situation for us in Houston to like find our own lane and find ourselves, find what makes us money outside of like working for somebody, by doing the things they did in the 60s, 50s, 60s, you know, 70s and whatnot.
90s.
Yeah, the 90s, yeah. The 90s, yeah, 80s and 90s, politically, I wouldn't have had the freedom to really live a player life, as player of a life as I did. I mean, I can't lie. And that's just the privilege of divine timing as well with God showing favor. That's all.